So, hi everyone. Welcome to KatChat with Clara. Hi Clara, thank you for joining me today. I apologize why we are almost 5 minutes late. Yeah, I'm in a different location, so it is a bit of a new setting and well, not new, kind of old setting. So we had to do this.
Yeah, I had people asking me about reactions to it, and it's kind of hard to do in a video. So thank you, Kat, for inviting me to your live to discuss this. It's much easier.
Yeah, I think as a discussion is so much better, right? It's so much more um obviously if you say something wrong or something is insulting, obviously that's live. You can't cut it out. But I think it's a better to talk about it just as a chat. And I wanted to do it next week actually, because then I have my whole setting. But since it's still hot and fresh, and I honestly I wouldn't do a video on it just because I'm not so good at articulating um my point of view. So it's good to have you here and just chit chat about this viral video that went out. Oh, I hear a little echo.
Yeah, is that you or is that me?
I think it's on your side, so maybe you want to turn down your volume a little bit because I can hear
Oh
myself
dear.
super
Let
loud.
me see what I can do about this. Let me find a different headset. Let's do it this way. Hello? Hold a second.
Oh, sounds better.
Hello, hello.
Ooh.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but yeah, there's the echo still. Is it? Oh no, I don't hear it anymore.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Is there echo on your end?
There's still an echo.
Wow. Okay. It sounds okay on my side. Maybe it's me. So let me just go back a little bit.
Why is there still an echo? Hold on a second. Let me try. Let me just. Maybe you can give people a summary while I'm.
Okay. So yeah, maybe I can start and then we'll figure this out. But anyway, let's see who's here. Who is here? Who is here? So we've got everyone. Quite a few people are watching. Let's see. Okay, how many? Connor's video, spicy reaction, lots to unpack. Okay. Um, right. Okay, so if you haven't watched that video from Niki Sky, at least for me, I don't follow Niki, other than the fact that I watched this one particular video of hers, which went pretty viral because it was talking about the purge of her entire luxury collection. And I think she also talked about it maybe in other videos, right? That she was going through a transformation, which I did not watch. I only watched this one video of her talking about purging all her luxury handbags. And we'll talk about those different points about her video. So I don't know her lifestyle. I don't know what she's been going through or not going through. I know that I think she's now a mom, so it's not a personal attack. It's just going through the points that she talked about and shared in that video. And yeah, we want to hear your thoughts as well. Maybe I'll start off with Claire. How's your mic now, Clara? Still a little busy, still echoey. Okay. Yeah, okay. So Eileen, you don't know this YouTuber as well. Yeah, she's pretty big. She's like 500,000 followers, and she's got a huge collection of things. Like she's got a whole luxury closet. She's got um oh oh I think maybe it's a mic thing. Never mind. When Clara comes back, I might change to some headphones to see if that helps her out. Could be my mic actually, because she's not talking. I'm not sure. So anyway, okay, Clara's back. Let me pull her back in. Hang on.
Sorry, I think I had echo issues. You can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's the echo?
It's fine. It's gone now.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
no worries, no worries. So anyway, yeah, Jen, you didn't watch the video. Okay. How shall we start this, Clara? How do you want to unpack this Niki Sky video? I want to be, and I'm not a conner. I don't know how to articulate, and I also want to be, objective about it. So it's not an attack on her character, nothing like that, right? No. Not that. So it's sort of just the whole video. How do you want to start? I've taken down some points and notes.
Okay. So in the video, she talked about the 4 lies. I think Connor talked about the 4 lies about luxury investment. So shall we tackle the 4 lies she talked about and maybe
so
talk
I
about
agree
what we
go
think?
through those 4 lies. But before that, I think if you watch the video in the beginning, right at the beginning, so I have to. Right at the beginning, she said that she was doing a huge purge. Right, she has gone through she's going through a transformation. She's done a purge of all her clothes, her shoes, her jewelry, and
everything with the logo.
She said that, yeah, she did a huge thing, and I didn't watch those. But anyway, she saw that purge. She said she felt that purge was very. I mean, she used a lot of words. I just put down some pointers here, but she said that purge was very. It was very good for her mentally and very liberating. And I actually feel like that is true. When we do a good purge, when I do like a makeup purge, man, it feels freaking good. Okay, you feel like, oh my god, the weight of the world is off my shoulders. So
I agree.
Right. So we can all agree that a good purge is very healthy, and it's good. You're decluttering, you're getting rid of things that don't serve you anymore. So I totally clap her for that. Like, clap hands, very good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, Mary Kondo,
it's
everything.
Hard to purge things. So I'm gonna give myself an example. When I want to purge my makeup, when I sit, even though I don't have like a huge collection, it's hard because you're like, oh, I could use this. Oh, I could use that. Oh, I like that.
Save it for later. A special occasion.
Later, I can give it away. It's hard. So for her
special
to say
edition.
It's tough. So she said that's liberating, but she said that there was something holding her back, right? It was that she felt like it's not enough. So she honed in on saying that she had not decluttered or purged her bags. So I think I'm kind of like reading too much into her wording, because she said that she needed to purge the luxury bags that had a discerning logo.
Yes.
Okay, so she said discerning logo.
Yes, so kind of like Chanel, Dior, LV.
Right. And then so right after that sentence, she said that, so therefore I'm getting rid of all my luxury bags. So I'm thinking, does all her luxury bags have logo? Am I reading it right? Or does like every bag of her? So she said discerning logo, and she said, I'm getting rid of all my bags. So I'm assuming 100% of her handbags have logos, and she's getting rid of everything.
True. You could have a Coach bag, or those have logos. It has a Coach.
Right. So okay, fine. So she's getting rid of all her handbags, right? Okay, I'm fine with that. So I'm fine with that. Like if she says she's getting rid of all her handbags because all of them have discerning logos, then okay, fine. Wow. But what if you have a bag that don't have a logo? Are you keeping that?
Yeah, I don't know. She kind of said that she felt the logos kind of helped to, like, she talked about why she held on to those bags. She felt it was because they were used to fill a void because she felt unworthy. And in a sense, those bags were giving her, you know, to fill a void, to be respected and admired. So those were
Yeah.
her words. Yeah, to be
Mm.
respected. And so she felt she maybe, and I don't know, she felt she needed those things to be respected and admired. Yeah.
Yeah. I found, so I'm just reading some of the comments as you're saying, so I'm multitasking. But yeah, I found that the lies part we'll talk about shortly. But I feel like the
Yeah.
beginning part of the whole uh sharing, and I don't I mean I listen right to the words. So she said that she's getting rid of it because she doesn't want to be part of the herd. I I felt personally a little attacked. Honestly, I was like, what's wrong with liking bags? And what's wrong with liking logos? I honestly felt a little, I know it's not a person, and she also put a huge disclaimer. She's saying that, don't, she's not telling any of us to um get rid of our stuff, and she's not asking you to purge anything. But I'm part of the herd. I felt a little attacked. Okay. And then but then again, I'm kind of wondering, is she just referring to her herd? Who are
I think it's
a group of people who have huge collections and huge closets, and she is constantly in this toxic comparison in her own world. So
I think she's referring to the people who are just blindly following the trends, maybe, because she talks about having a style that aligns with her authentic, true self inner being. So, yeah, whatever that means.
I'm trying my
I don't
best to
know.
be really objective.
I'm trying to thinking, what is my true, authentic, like, inner being? And I was telling Kat, it's probably like what I look like at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like just like ugly and like bad breath. Hey, honey, this is my true.
When my dog comes up to me like,
inner
that's my
self-being."
true authentic self.
So,
Okay,
but
anyway,
you
before
know,
we
just aside,
okay,
it's
so yeah,
probably
I
to
have
do
to.
with her own style. Yeah.
And sorry, I yeah, some of the words that she was used is powerful, right? If you really connect to it, right? If you really connected to the whole that you are in that mental head space, that you feel you as the watcher who's watching it, maybe not us because we're a little jaded. You and
No,
I, Clara,
yeah,
we're jaded.
my
We're jaded
true
enough to hear.
authentic, inner being is definitely not luxurious and glamorous. So if I
I'm not.
look like that, like
Have you
coming
seen my
on the live
closet?
or going to work in my pajamas, I tell my boss I want to connect with my true inner self. So
Somebody
please
asked
don't
me
be mad
once.
at me if I don't come to work in a nice suit.
Somebody asked me, I think I get, can you do a closet tour? I'm like, oh girl, closet. You want to see my closet tour? Now she's probably speaking to that kind of people who have the closet. Mine's like I've got like towels, pillows that stuff to the corner, hangers that really don't match, that they really need to go, that kind of broken, that kind of thing. That's my closet.
Oh,
So
I don't
I'm
have
not
a
really.
closet.
I feel like
I only have an avalanche, and there are a couple of them.
so okay. Anyway, so then there were other words like, oh my gosh, she felt like the shackles. Sorry. The shackles were broken, and she didn't feel unworthy anymore. Oh my gosh. Like I really feel like I felt watching that first portion of her video from a delivery, like when she was delivering it. So okay, the very skeptical side of me, I'm just gonna say I felt like I was like, like what's going on? I felt like I was watching kind of a somber, really sad, melodramatic delivery of a video. But at the same time, it was quite I don't know, quite over, like very strong worded, right? Strong
Yeah,
worded,
very emotional.
emotional, right? I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
about handbags here. So, okay. And then before she went into the live, which we'll talk about it right now, she did soften it, right? She did soften the whole delivery. Like, first time she's actually saying, she was setting the stage of saying, this purge is liberating. I don't want to be part of the herd. That this is very toxic. It's unworthy. There's a lot of competition.
Yeah.
And then she says that, but then I'm doing it. You don't have to do it. So she's only encouraging, she's telling us that I'm the one who's purging because I'm feeling like that, and I'm not preaching to you to do it, right? I'm not preaching to you to do it. So if you want to go and it makes you feel good, you go right ahead, girl. You go right ahead.
Yeah, I want to address the point on competition, and I maybe there are people who like to kind of like outdo. Okay, you have a Chanel, so I'll have a Chanel. If you have an Hermes, I'm gonna get a Croc, and then if I
Who
get a
are you
Croc, I'm gonna
mixing
get the
around
Himalaya.
with, girl? Who are your friends? Who are your friends? Oh my god! Like, Clara, you got like, we get inspiration. Maybe we get inspiration, right? Like, Clara, let's talk about the Prada crystal bag. Okay, Clara got it. Did I feel like, oh my god, Clara got it? I better get it. I'm getting it. No, I'm like, girl, I like that bag. Can you? It's nice. Can you take more photos?
And
Can you?
yeah, and I'm like happy when any of you get a bag, seriously, because it shows you work hard and you achieve something. I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, she got a crystal bag. I need one.
I need one.
I'd be in real trouble, because there are people with collections of like hundreds of bags, right? I would just feel, so I don't look at it that way as a competition. Like I see it as kind of like my own personal journey. I'm never like, there could be people doing that, but I'm not like if somebody get like I just went with a girlfriend to go get her latest MK2. I was super happy for her, as if I got the bag too, right? To be happy for her achievements. But like, yeah, I don't I personally don't have friends like that who are like, oh, she got a Birkin, so I need a Birkin. Actually, my friends don't even carry Hermes. Most of my friends, so
yeah. So who is she mixing around with? Honestly, because wow, and but obviously she is a really huge YouTuber. So the you mix with the kind of group. So I feel like there was pressure in her circle of in her circle that she probably felt that. So mentally, on her own headspace, maybe she really truly felt this competition in her circle. But I only take a little offense because it feels like she was, projecting upon the rest of us who are watching
yeah,
it.
she's
Like as if
labeling
we
the
were
rest
also like we are
of the
like that, which I
people.
was like, no,
Yeah.
girl, who are your friends? You got wrong
Yeah,
friends.
exactly. And I honestly, most of my best friends, they're not even into luxury. And honestly, it's like, can I see your
I'm trying to
Chanel
project on
handbag
them
before I
actually. I'm
decide
like,
if I
do you
want to be
want to
your
buy a
friend?
bag?
Well, it's
Like,
like,
no,
I'm not
what
gonna
are
be
you
friends with you unless I see your bag, okay? It's never like that. So honestly, I grew up in Canada where people wouldn't even like some people wouldn't even know some of my bags are luxury bags. So yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so okay, so that was the like the la- the, s- the big, and it's only the beginning, right? You really unpacked it, right? The beginning part is just, and then she goes into the like, don't sell things because unless no, don't sell things because you're following me. Okay, you don't sell. She's like, don't you don't need to do this if you feel okay. That's what she said, right? It's only me. But let me tell you the lies that you've been told. I'm like, wait,
Check out
you
my
just
link
told me
down
I'm
below if
okay.
you want to buy my stuff.
You just told me I was okay. You told me I was all right. And then now she tells you, like, so there were quite a few lies. We can go through one by one.
Okay.
Let's take the first one. What was the
So
first one?
these were the lies to her. Okay.
All right.
So the first lie was that luxury is a good investment. So she used classic bags like Chanel and Hermes Birkin and Kelly.
Okay, let me just type that out so that we can like little bit. So the first lie is that what a good
A good investment.
okay. Lie one. Let me type that out. A good investment. Okay. And she said that it's never a good investment. Buy stocks. Buy stocks, buy property. Never believe that it's a good investment, even if you bought it as a like a very popular color, blah, 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 and all that. So she said that's the lie number one that you've been told.
I don't know. I've never told people bags are a good investment. Honestly, to me, they're kind of like discretionary spending. It really is to me a discretionary spending, and you shouldn't be treating them as your core savings or investments. There's like all sorts of stuff like that, and I think Kat and Amy always talk about it. Make sure you budget and like don't go into debt. And honestly, to me, it's more a discretionary spending. And honestly, if I didn't have the cash for it, I just wouldn't buy it. Or I use COS and Uniqlo bags, and that's fine too. Yeah.
Yeah. She could be referring to say all these other like if I watch back say my videos nearly 8 years ago, we will say bags could be a good investment, but we always caveat the word investment, right? What do you mean by investment? It's long tail. You could use it for a long time, and or if you are really into getting something and you buy and sell, maybe, but it's still not that kind of investment. So
Yeah.
it's still a and honestly, people are financially you're financially savvy now. Like for you, how to say this? I was like,
You're fine.
gone are the
You're
days that they are preaching to
responsible.
yeah, financially responsible, and millennials, they're so much more educated. We made our mistakes when we were young. If you're talking to say maybe like my mom and my dad, maybe you could kind of con them con them to say that bags are great investments, and they'd be like, really, maybe, but they're not watching your YouTube, so yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah, it's not, it's again, luxury has always been a discretionary consumer. I'd be lucky if I get half the money back, and I already know that going in.
exactly. I think we are, at least for those that are in the at least in the community, and also even if you're just starting out buying luxury, I think a lot of us are just savvier. We know that they are not. How would you make it a good investment?
You might go for a brand that has better resale value versus others, but then even then, like, not every Chanel bags resell well. I've lost money on Chanel bags.
Yeah, yeah, gone are the days that you can actually use this word. Like maybe when we were buying, say, like okay, when it would have been a good investment. So this is trying to say that it is the truth. Say the moment they discontinued the classic, the caviar mini rectangular, you managed to buy one brand new and you sold it the next day. Sure, you get 100% back.
Yeah, if you're like a flipper and you buy
If
it
you're
brand
a
new and
flipper
you
and you
sell it
know how
right
to buy
away.
well, sure, that's a real big risk. But how many people do that? Most people who buy luxury, you buy it because you like it
And you want to use it.
and you want to use it.
Yeah, but if you're a flipper, you could do that with stocks, or you could do it with other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, not necessarily bags.
Correct. Okay, let's go to the next lie. So this one, okay, so I'll read what you wrote. A status symbol. Others will think we are wealthy and successful and more opportunities for success and connection, that we are fixated on appearances instead of connecting with each other. I mean, I like my bags. They do make me feel good. But I don't think people who see me carry my bag think I'm wealthy and successful. They're probably like, did you just spend X dollar on that bag? You crazy?
Did you waste your money?
Yeah, would you just waste your money on that bag? And I'm like, yeah, I like it.
To be honest, there are very few places I can use, like, say, for example, my Hermes and Chanel bags, because sometimes I don't even bring them to work. And if I know the people I'm going out with or the situation, there could be like sensitivities about me carrying a bag, I won't even carry it, because I actually don't want them to be like just looking at the bag. I want them to see me, not just my bag, you know? So maybe for some people it's a status symbol, but for me it really isn't. It's something that I like and I collect for my personal enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a how like it's a lie that we were told. It's a lie that we were told that it's a status symbol. I really don't know where who tells you that. Like does the essay say that if you wear this, people will think you're wealthy.
Actually, there are certain cultures that suddenly became very wealthy, and they felt they had to wear a Chanel or Hermes bag to be a part of a certain group or like society or something like that. But that's not me. Like, that's definitely not me. I'm just to my inner self. I'm true inner self. I'm usually in leggings and Uniqlo t-shirts all the time.
Yeah. Joe, please congratulate me for being newly poor. Okay, lie number 3. Hang on. Lie number 3 is classic and timeless. That we are buying it because it's classic and timeless. I don't get why she said that this is.
Maybe she thinks it's something is worth in buying because you can wear it forever. So, like, I think she was using an example whereby she bought a Birkin 35 because it was timeless and classic, but it didn't suit her lifestyle because she has 2 little children and the bag is really heavy. So I'm not sure, but maybe she's referring to that, to instead of like buy what everybody thinks is classic and timeless, buy to what suits your style.
True. I don't see the connection. I remember she mentioned that. I forgot about that part. But she said something about because you buy a bag that is classic and timeless, but it doesn't have to be uh, I don't know. So she bought a Birkin. So she's saying she bought a Birkin 2035, okay, because she was told that it was classic and timeless.
Yeah.
Okay. And she felt that was a lie because it's not classic and timeless.
Yeah, it didn't suit her lifestyle, basically.
But that doesn't connect to classic and timeless.
No, it would basically,
it's a lifestyle
it's true.
thing.
It's a lifestyle thing. So basically she bought something that didn't suit her style or her lifestyle in the name of classic and timeless. But that's, to me, that's just buying something that just doesn't suit your lifestyle.
Yeah, that just doesn't suit you. It
Yeah.
just didn't suit you. Nothing to do.
Like,
it has nothing to do with classic and timeless.
like the Dior
It's not
saddle
connected.
bag doesn't suit my lifestyle, so I'm not gonna buy it. So
yeah, like
yeah.
she's reaching a little. She's saying, "I bought the bag because it was classic and timeless," but you didn't take the next step in your head to ask yourself, on top of being classic and timeless, did it suit your lifestyle? So you just took it for face value. So, but if it was classic and if it suit your lifestyle, plus it was classic and timeless, it will suit your lifestyle forever because it is classic and timeless. But you're kind of like blaming it for being classic and timeless because it just didn't suit your lifestyle. Yeah. Therefore, it's not classic and timeless. It's a lie. No, girl, you just bought the bag. It's wrong. I could not get it.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I buy clothes that are classic and timeless because I'm too lazy to change my clothes like all the time. So I think it's okay. Like I'm always wearing like a black t-shirt that's classic and timeless, but it suits my style. But like, yeah, there's some classic and
It's
timeless
like
things
you
that
buy
I
a
might not
okay.
wear.
If you buy, it's like me, right? If I can buy. If I ask everyone, do you have a little black dress in your ladies? Would you have a black dress in your closet? I think a lot of people will say, yeah, because it's classy. You can use it all the time. But if I buy it, I'm like, yeah, but I don't wear black dresses. So I'm like, therefore it's not classic and timeless. No, I just don't wear black dresses. I
Sell
don't wear
them all.
dresses.
Sell them all
Just
50 of
sell them
them.
all. Sell everything that's I which is why I was read when you accelerate when you explained it, I was like, okay, now I get it. Now I remember why I found it so difficult to connect. Why she sold her bag and she used it as classic and timeless. Because now it's sort of making sense. Like, girl, I don't get it. You didn't use the additional thought process when you bought your things. Because when you buy something that's expensive, you consider not just one element, but you consider many things.
Yeah. It didn't suit her lifestyle. And I mean, I made that mistake before, but that's okay. Then I just sell it. Like, but I'm not gonna sell my whole collection because of that. So I might sell off that one bag that doesn't suit my lifestyle. It's fine.
Okay. Next one is the hand me downs. Let me write that down. Perfect. Okay. Generation hand down. Okay. Generation hand down. That's another one. Oops. Did I put that out? Here we go. Oh, sorry. So she says that it's the best kind of thing to hand it down to my kids. I mean, I've heard this, so I'm not saying it's not a lie. I've definitely heard this from many people. Say, oh, I'm going to keep it for my kid. I'm going to keep it for who, and then or all the sales say, yeah, actually, next time you can give it. And even that watch, that brand that says
Rolex.
no. There's a brand, there's a watch brand that says you don't wear it, you keep it for the next generation. Is it Patek? Or is it
Maybe I'm not sure.
I think there's a watch that uses this as their tagline. You keep it safe for the next generation, which is a very powerful marketing tool. So, I don't think it's a lie. I think it's kind of romantic, honestly.
Yeah,
It's just that whether or not it will suit your kid, that's a different thing.
true.
It's the, you know what I mean? It's a little romantic. Like you want to keep your diamond ring for your child.
Or like those golden jewelry we get for our wedding, like handed down from great 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 grandma. So
Yeah. So
that's
I
okay.
mean, it's okay. I don't see it as a lie, but you shouldn't be buying it for that purpose.
Yeah, because
I
you
think
just
we
don't know if they
maybe our
want it.
parents. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is the old thinking, not a lie. It's just a thing. It was just cultural, and it was lie is like so. I feel lie has such a negative connotation. Like it's a lie. But if I think about my grandma, that's how they treasure their. I mean, from that time, they could only buy what they could afford then, and to them it was a precious things to hand down to their child, and that was important to the mom, not to the kid. Right? It was important to them, and that was passed down and passed down. So it's sort of a bit cultural, a bit like there's a bit of what do you call it? Not empathy, but that kind of feel the kind of things that parents do. You hand me down that there's a word for it. I just
a
cannot think anyway.
legacy. I don't know.
Like a legacy, like a bit of starts with A. Anyway, um, I think nowadays we buy it for ourselves, and if it's really precious to us, we may keep it. So maybe we're a little bit more we're a bit more selfish nowadays. But I don't see anything wrong. And I don't see anything as it's like a lie to say that you want to hand it down. Because if I'm buying jewelry and if I have kids, I'll say, oh man, if my kid wants this diamond ring, sure, take it.
Yeah,
Take it.
but she making it sound, I don't
Like
know. because she said, "Oh, I want to give my kids like experiences or vacations or things that are more like non-materialistic." But you know, I think parents do that for their kids too, right? Doesn't mean you just give them material things. You give them experiences, education, and love. You know, that's all a part of it. It's not, I'm only giving you a bag, I'm not giving you anything else. So yeah.
Mm. So this one's a hard one, but yeah, I see this as a like it's I don't feel like it's a lie. Maybe if you were
Yeah.
told that you can buy this and pass it down, then you bought it just because of that, girl.
That's a little strange because then you don't know for sure if your daughter or your son will want that item, right? You know, you can, and if they like it, that's great. But like,
Yeah.
there are kids that are just not into it, right? So
Yeah.
it's a nice gesture, but yeah.
Okay, the final lie is it's hard to get. We know this is okay. Maybe some people don't, so maybe some people still think that they maybe some people still fall into this. Do they really? I mean, social media is not born yesterday. So do I mean we get anxious, okay? I mean
Yeah.
we love handbags,
Yeah.
right? I love handbags. When they say limited edition, I'll be oh limited edition, limited edition. But I think we know now more now that we missed this collection. That's it. Fine, moving on.
Yeah. At the end of the day, these are just like luxury items. They're not like food you must buy and eat every day, right? So, and you know, I think it's still people's choices. And if it's hard to get and you want to get it, then go get it. You know, if you
Mm,
can afford it and you're not doing anything to the detriment of your own life or anyone else, then go get it. But, you know, yeah, I don't know if there's anyone out there. Maybe they are getting it just because it's hard to get, but I'm getting it because I like it. It might be hard to get, but I wouldn't get it just because it's hard to get.
yeah, and
Anyways, yeah.
if there are people who are collecting it just because it's hard to get, so let them. I mean, let it be because it's like a collector who wants to collect the first 1,000 coins of this from coin 0 to 999. It's hard to get. You can't get it again. If it is the case, I don't think it's a lie. They kind of know they're going in
They
clear
know what they're
minded.
getting into.
Yeah, they
It's
know what
like
they're getting into.
if you want your kids to go to a super good private school, those are hard to get into, and you might have to go on a waiting list, you have to pre-spend, but you choose to do it because you want your kids to go to that school. So, yeah, you pick and you choose, like we're all adults, you know, what you want to get and what's worth, you know, going the extra mile for it. Yeah, just make sure that it's, you know, you're not doing anything to harm yourself or others. It's okay. So yeah, those were the reasons for her purging of her entire collection.
Uh, I mean, overall, let's just summarize. I mean, overall, it's at the end of the day, she is an influencer. Okay, she's an influencer. She's large, and these are great viral videos for her to gain views and discussions. And you can do whatever you want on social media. Good news, bad, good um good views, bad views. They're still views at the end of the day, right? Uh, I just, I, I just don't know if this is another one of those trendy videos that are going around now. That it's all about, you know, spend. There's nothing wrong about spending less, but it's
Be more
all about this.
minimalist, low
Mm,
key, quiet
yeah,
luxury.
well, luxury, and also, you gotta. It's it there. it's always, one's always better than the other, right? So at one point, I'm going to use makeup, right? At one point, big, all this crazy makeup looks are also, just in trend, and everybody was doing it. And then suddenly it flips, and people who still loves it, who loves that big shadow eye colors, they were seen as like, oh my God, you're so behind the scenes, because now it's all the soft
Very
look,
pure,
no makeup,
natural. Yeah.
and then everyone's like, oh my God, you're so 90s, So I feel like this is that shift, the whole like, and plus it comes from a different place. It comes from spending money, right? It comes from buying things that are actually totally unnecessary. We know that we're going in with our eyes wide open. So now there's this huge shift of of content creators who built a very large following just on massive collections. I mean, we're obviously excessive compared to regular folk, but it's still not crazy like that. Okay, yeah, I don't have, like I said, I don't have
I don't have 50 pairs of heels to declutter.
I don't. Yeah, so I just feel like it's just it's trending now to be declaring I'm not into it anymore. I'm not into it. I'm no longer with the crowd that shows shoes and shows bags and shows my closet and all of that. It's I think it's trendy, and she's ahead of the crowd, I guess, of all her peers. And people who feel that way, who maybe were chasing the kind of similar ideal influencer dream of having so much of so many things, maybe will connect to that. Will connect to her transformation and find it very refreshing. So it will be interesting to see the next, after this, what happens, because everybody will be watching her. Like, what are you going to do when she buys her handbag?
It's hard to say. If she's had a lifestyle change and she wants to declutter, buy things more suited to her lifestyle, because it sounds like she bought stuff that was not right for her lifestyle. That's fine, and yeah, but like to kind of totally declutter of everything. I wonder if it's like, to me, I was like really shocked, because I don't think I could ever just like declutter. Like, for me, that would be like, okay, I like, am I gonna like be gone from the earth in like the next week? So I want to get rid of everything. Like, it's quite extreme. So yeah, I think maybe she also had some inner healing or revelation, it sounded like, that made her go that direction. And it was tied a lot to her inner self and her self-worth. Yeah, so I almost feel like it's just kind of like her life and her direction and the way she's changed, and she's sharing that with everyone, which is fine. But like, to say that it's all just a lie, then based on the 4 lies she talked about, they might be what she built her collection on. But definitely it's not going to be the case that every one of us in the luxury community is buying it for the same reasons. So yeah.
I think the delivery of the video is odd to me, because I get it. I get that she's going through a transformation. She's going through, changes, and I applaud her for it, because decluttering and purging and transforming is very difficult. Ask me to sit down and like throw everything away, I'll be like, I'm going to use that. I might use that. It's hard. So I applaud her for doing that. But I felt like the way that the video was delivered, it was so
it made
it was
luxury look like it was all just a lie, and
it's
it was
bad
just
for you.
yeah, it was
Well,
just what's the word? It's kind of like what is it? It's just like a something that can disappear. It's all just like a vision, or it was all just a dream, you know. Then
I'm
so just get rid
awakened.
of. Yeah,
I'm
like
I awoke from this haziness, and now I have seen the light.
yeah, it's like I'd almost feel like, oh, so like
I
someone
felt like
had been
clouds were coming
suddenly
out.
enlightened, and then I've been enlightened. I need to get rid of everything. It felt a bit like that,
We
and
promise not
you
to
know,
laugh,
if
okay? We
it
promise, but I really felt like I was gonna float. For a moment, I
so
was like, I felt this like, I'm
I'm not there yet. Okay, I'm not there yet.
yeah. So I mean,
Definitely
it
not
could have.
there.
It was very well scripted, but I don't know. Maybe there was. I don't watch her video, so I don't know if this is her. I don't watch her videos, and I don't think I'll be watching her videos anytime soon because I don't know. Is that how she is? Like, is that the whole? Is that how she delivers a story? Because it felt very scripted but very pretentious at the same time. It just felt, it doesn't give me the feeling that I'm awakened, but it felt like I was, I'm awakened from the
It felt
light.
very. I think
Like,
the
I don't
word is.
know.
I think she tried to make the video more spiritual. Maybe is that the word? Like it's more kind of like
That's what I said. I felt like I was gonna float.
more meditative and spiritual. Um, yeah, and
I'm
that's
awoke.
great if you know she decides she wants to, you know, get rid of everything and become, you know, if that makes you know her float, then that's great. Um, yeah, but I'm definitely not there, and to be more, my core sense of worth and value have always been on, you know, people, family and friends that I love, and being loved by people who love me, or by God, whoever your God is. Like to me, my sense of worth comes from there. It doesn't come from my bags. So it almost felt like it was like a yeah, an unshackling of those items, because maybe that's how she measured her worth. I don't know, it sounded like that. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it definitely sounded very. It's very dramatic, and I haven't read all the comments like in the video, but I'm sure there's gonna be a quite a good mix, right, of people who maybe like us a little bit skeptical, like, girl, what's going on? Like, what's happening, right? And maybe not really believing or a bit bewildered by it. And also those that
Mm.
are, cheering her on because, again, like we said earlier, it's incredible to do a transformation and something that's so 180, like totally, like I'm gonna like just remove it. But you know, there are many things that are there are many things that are expensive, right? Luxury. So my question for her, like, I'm not going to watch any of her videos. So I'm not going to audit her. I don't really care. Girl, go do what you want to do. Tomorrow you want to buy the bag, go and buy the bag. Okay, whatever. You
Yeah,
want to get.
that's fine. And
Yeah,
if you change and you decide, oh, that was too minimalist and I
yeah.
actually
I
missed
could
something,
not live
then
in Uniqlo shirts anymore. I
I
need
I
my Loro
need to
Piana top. Go buy it. Okay,
go
we don't
buy it.
care.
That's fine. Well, she said no logos, but actually a lot of those really expensive, like the Laurel piano, they're very expensive. It's just that they don't have like huge logos on them. They're
Yeah,
very expensive.
yeah.
And
I'm not gonna
actually,
audit her. I'm not gonna audit her. Like, I'm sure there will people be watching. Like, you bought that. Like, where you still wearing that black silk pants that is probably, can't see the logo, but I'm pretty sure it's Hermes. I'm sure there'll be people watching her, but she's put it out there already. So to do such a video to say, look, I'm done. Okay, I'm done with luxury. Sold my clothes, my shoes, my jewelry, my blah, blah, my bags. So the tomorrow starts. Right after that, the next day starts, right? Are you really transforming everything? So that's going to be very interesting. Is it tomorrow when I walk out, if I'm Niki, I'm going to walk out, I'm like, ooh, look at my Croc shoes. Oh wait, Crocs got discerning logos. You know what I mean? Like, are you going the full mile to pick only things that are
Not logoed.
value for money with no,
Mm.
like, everything has a logo. So I'm just like, even Uniqlo has a logo. So what are you trying to say? Like,
So,
are you
I
gonna make
mean,
your own?
even in her video when she was talking, she was wearing Cartier and Van Cleef. Okay, so some people caught that when she was
I didn't
saying
know
she's
that.
getting ready. Yeah, she was wearing Cartier on one side and she was wearing a Van Cleef,
She
one
said
of
she
the
got rid of all the
alpacas.
jewelry. Or maybe not yet. Maybe not sold yet.
Maybe not sold yet, but she was wearing it. So some people actually saw that she was still wearing the jewelry in her video. And then there was another comment about her. If she really thinks those things are toxic, then you know, it's also questionable. Should you be selling on what you think is toxic to your viewers? That's another
Oh,
question.
wow. Wow, that's a true. That's true. That's true.
Like if I had a handbag I didn't like and it was defective, I would not sell it to my viewers. Well,
Yeah,
actually, I've
because
never
you're
sold
selling
anything
something.
to my viewers, but even if it was, like, I would say, hey, this is defective. Like,
That's a good
I don't
point.
know. Like it's a little strange to me. Like, if you don't think this is a good thing for people, then why are you selling off those things to the people who are supporting you? So that's a little strange too.
Yeah, because then when they buy the bag, then you'll be saying to them, but it's a lie. It's a status symbol. And and you're buying something that's not classic and timeless. Plus, you can't pass it to your next generation. And
And it's gonna lose
it's
value.
not a good investment, but thanks for buying it. Thanks for thinking it off me. Ouch. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even connect it that way, but it's true, right? Because she's got to sell it. But she's got to sell it to people who want it. But you're telling people don't take it.
So yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. I mean, good for her if she's decluttering and she wants to have less in her life and she wants to change in her lifestyle. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, it's just mind-boggling to me, like the rationale for it. It's just a little. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not the reasons why. At least for me, I have a lot of the items that I do have. I don't even have kids, right? So I have no one to pass it on to.
Yeah, same. Give it to my niece if she wants it, but she doesn't want it, then bye. I'll sell it. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anyway, so good luck to her because it's a huge it's a huge transformation and you've announced it on YouTube. And though, YouTube is not the law of the land, but it is publicly stating that you are now not into it anymore. So it will be interesting because it's a lot of transformations, right? What will happen if you buy something again? It'll be another video that, oh, I changed my mind.
Yeah, I decided it wasn't for me, which is also
Which is
okay. I
awesome.
mean, yeah, I yeah. If your life circumstances change and you suddenly decide, oh, I miss a handbag, that's also okay. But yeah, don't say that. Oh, it's a lie again.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Okay, wait. I don't want to go too long, right? But we'll just take some. Let's look at what everybody's saying as well. We'll pull
Yeah.
some. Oh my goodness. I only watched let me see who's I actually didn't really I watched a little bit. I watched two reaction videos so far, which is Amelia
Yep.
Closet. I watched the beginning of
Connor did
Connor. I
one.
watched the beginning. I couldn't finish. I was rushing because I was traveling and all that.
Jerusha also did one.
Oh, I haven't watched. So I don't have the context of what everybody else is saying, but I mean, we're all in the luxury community, so I'm pretty sure all of us have our eyebrows raised a little bit. And because she's a big YouTuber, right? And she's been going through.
She's quite big. I used to watch her when she did like some styling videos, which was okay. You know, it wasn't about luxury; it's more about how to style to look taller or things like that.
Okay, just saying the content itself was okay. Your bag's your choice, but the theatrical delivery was a bit much. It was very dramatic, which is why we like it was it was a lot, right? At the beginning.
Yeah, there's a good comment in there from I think it was Christy or was it Christy? Um, Further down.
Just like she's moving from one herd to another herd, from the shopping herd to the minimalist. Yeah, it's just another
Yeah, it's also a trend too. You could argue that buying the minimalist, you know, no logo is also a trend. You know, so you're actually also following the herd in doing this. It's also herd mentality. Um, where's the comment? There was a really good comment from someone.
cool. Can't finish the video. Yeah, I had to I had to put her video on 2 times for the beginning, and then for this live stream, I had to watch it again in slow mo. I mean, in like proper time 1.0. It was quite painful.
Juice has a comment about it's like similar to my 4-year-old likes it and then doesn't like it and trashes it.
Yeah. Harmony saying, I agree with Clara. I interpreted the video as her talking to her past self. This message isn't for every person in the mainstream. Agreed, agreed. I'm sure it will connect to some. Maybe the people who are feeling the same way as her, that they feel like, because any one of those lies could connect to someone, right? Could. Like, she's calling it lies. It's a very strong word to say lie. It's like as good as the word hate. When you hear the word hate, you already feel so negative to it. So the word lie is very strong as a word. So I'm sure somebody out there would say, oh yeah, I was told this lie that this is good investment. I've definitely lost some money in it. Definitely
There's a
lost some money.
comment by Krista at 912, I think. She said it sounds like she held a lot of guilt because she purchased bags for the wrong reasons.
Oh, okay. Let me look for that.
Yeah, that's like
912.
912. Krista K. That was a good comment.
912. Scrolling down. Okay, yep. Here we go. Sounds like she held a lot of guilt. Possibly. Maybe she was in a like. So again, I don't know her older videos. I don't know whether she was doing. It was very trendy, in the past, maybe pre-pandemic, to do very large unboxings. So I've done a few of those myself, but I've
Yeah.
never. It was large in my capacity, right? It's like maybe I could. It's like 2 bags and then maybe some shoes, some makeup, and you just fake all the paper bags at the back. But it's large. For me, it's large. But maybe she was in the again. I don't know. So you can definitely come and shoot me and say that no, she was never like that. But maybe it was collecting very rapidly, and to build a following on just this massive amount of success in the form of wealth. And this was something that's visible in her
Yeah.
crowd, right?
Yeah.
So it could be that that's why she was just collecting and buying, because it also brought views and
Yeah, and it was also the trend back then, logomania. It was
Mhm.
also always the trend. Everybody was like, you remember, like the Gucci was very logomania. LV was very logomania, and everything had large lettering. It's just not the trend anymore. So sometimes it's just about the changing trends, which is also okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, she talked about being true to your inner self and style. So I don't know if I can follow that. If that were true, I'd probably show up to work in Uniqlo t-shirt and shorts every day.
Miss telling me, listen, she had a problem with her self-esteem being tied to bags and competition and stuff, but why is she blaming the poor bags?
Yeah, the bags had nothing
I
to do
know!
with it. They're just
I
like
know, where
sitting
did the
there,
bags
like,
go?
you
What did the
bought
bags do,
me,
my poor
and now
bags?
you don't want me because you can figure it out.
You could you couldn't figure it out. It's like the classic and timeless Birkin 35. It's a lie. It's a
You're
lie. You're
calling
not
me a
classic and
lie
timeless.
because you bought me. I didn't buy you. I was just on the shelf, but you came by and you
Being
said
all
you
classic
wanted
and
me.
timeless.
You called me classic and timeless, and now you don't want me because you suddenly changed.
What book
Uh,
did she read? Oh my
she
goodness. What is
read The Radical Awakening. It's Dr. Shefali, and yeah, it's available through Amazon. Um, so I actually kind of know this lady a bit because I've seen her on podcasts, but it talks a lot about self worth as a woman and not basing your values and your worth on values that were set on you by previous generations or the patriarchal kind of thing situation. So I haven't read the full book, but I did read parts of it. But it's a lot about self discovery, about your true inner self, and not being falling a trap, being a trap of how society wants to label you and like suppressing yourself. So it's a bit about that. Maybe some of you have read it, may know more about the book, but it's a kind of like a self discovery on your true authentic self and your self worth. Yeah.
um self-worth? So sorry, can you give me an example? I didn't read this book, so I'm kind of curious, but at the same time I'm not, but at the same time I am. So give me an
There
example.
there are things about like, people tell you you should be like the good girl, and so you need to do all these things to kind of be sacrificial or to please other people, and by doing that you kind of like smother the true you, or you follow influencers or other people who tell you what's right and not right, and you grow with those beliefs, but it's not what you truly are, and you have to go and find out who you truly are, and not based on what society or people tell you. It's a bit kind of like that.
Okay. Okay. I can see that. Like you're supposed to be, be a good person and be nice, always be nice and don't create trouble, which is quite a cultural thing, right? So,
Yeah,
but sometimes you overdo it because you were
taught
taught
that
that way.
because the lady
And
came from an Indian culture where women are quite suppressed. Also,
mhm, mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so they're suppressed, and then you're not supposed to speak out. Hold your ground, hold your mouth, and but actually you should speak out. You should say something.
Or you
Okay.
should be authentic to who you are and just don't do it because other people tell you to do it, or or do it because you feel you'll be judged by other people if you don't do it by society. It's a bit like that, but I don't know. This is a phase in life, right? Like I'm nearing 50. I don't really care too much about what people think about me anyway. So,
Yeah.
um
Yeah. Just as in the beginning, I said, kind of jaded, like honest. It's a phase, and so that book. Oh well, but that book could also apply across many ages, right? People who've been
yes,
that way
yes.
for 40, 50 years, and then suddenly just feel like they feel so pushed down that they have a breakdown, which is possible. So
Yes,
this is sort of like
exactly.
finding out that worth. What are you
Yes,
worth?
correct. So she talks about in the book how people don't realize that until they have a breakdown, they lose everything, and they decide, oh, my life shouldn't be based on my material things. It shouldn't be based on my husband or my kids or being sacrificial to the parents. And, I've lost myself because, I've been suppressed by society and everyone else. So I haven't read the full book, but that was the kind of gist I got from the book.
Right. So she read this book, and now she's Well, I don't want to read that book because I kind of
You
like my
could be
bags.
changed. I'm actually reading through that book right now, but I haven't really found anything in there I don't already know. Yeah, but it hasn't really pushed me to the point I want to sell my whole collection, right? Like I talked about before, my worth is based on knowing that I am loved by the people I know that love me, and they don't love me for my luxury goods, right? Otherwise, then what kind of friends do you have, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but maybe for some people, like this is, maybe their sense of worth is put in, you know, inappropriate places because of their upbringing. I don't know. So it could be
Mm,
a revelation for some people.
yeah. Okay. What's the book called again? The
It's
Awakening.
called the Radical Awakening. Actually, when I read that, I think, oh, I'm worthy of that bag because I worked hard for it, not the other way around, where it's kind of
Mm,
like, you know, what about the girls who feel like, oh, I don't deserve it because I'm not good enough? There are girls like that too. I don't feel like I deserve to wear a nice dress. Like some of our parents are like that. They work so hard their whole life. You buy them like a nice dress and they're like, I don't feel worthy of it. That's the other extreme spectrum too, right?
true. True. Yeah. So it could be mm, seen in different ways, right? So though you worked really hard and you spent all this money on it, but because you've been pressed down and you shouldn't be showing off, you shouldn't be not okay, you shouldn't show it off, right? Because you don't want to display your wealth and your success, so you don't do anything. Just keep it all in the house.
Yeah,
And
it's like when
success
I
can
buy
also
my
if
mom
you're not
like
proud of
a
it, you
nice
both just
wallet.
think
She's like, oh, I shouldn't use this because it's too nice. It's too good for me.
it's too good for me. Yeah, oh, okay, it's wow, that's too much brain work. I don't know. You can buy anything you want and you can wear anything you want and it makes you feel like that thing makes you feel successful, you work hard for it because it's a goal to chase, then
Yeah,
you do
that's
you.
okay. Yeah, if you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting other people, it's okay. It's just fashion. At the end of the day, it's just fashion.
It's like
It's
buying a
not
big
your food,
car.
it's not your house. It's just fashion. That's all it is. It's just fashion.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so Corinne says self-love is important. Read the book. Joe saying read the book. Bank book. Read the bank book. That's a true awakening. Okay, SK is saying I totally got over that phase like 2 years after giving birth. So now shopping just feels like an escape from motherhood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can understand that. If you're like really busy looking after babies, then you have no time to go shopping. When I sell off my things on carousel, sometimes I meet women who are like, I just have no time to go to the mall, so I just shop off of carousel. And yeah.
Surya said she looked a little she looks ridiculous carrying a huge Birkin with having a toddler on the other hand. And all moms know that you need your hands free for at least 10 years initially raising kids. It's not rocket science. I
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have kids. But yeah, I would not be carrying a big bag if I'm my kid, my poor kid, my doggy. No.
I still need a hand for my coffee, so it's a no for me, even without a kid.
Is she turning into a minimalist? Is that what she is turning in? Is she declare? Is she? So did any of her other videos declare that she is now a minimalist?
I didn't hear her say she's going to be a minimalist. Did you?
I
I just heard
didn't.
she didn't want to own anything that had a logo, like a prominent logo anymore. But I mean, like I said, like the Laurel Piana, even Kate Totem, they don't have prominent logos. They're expensive.
Mm. What about like? So this video is because I think the title was also very very attractive, right? The whole thumbnail, holding all the bags and say it's a lie or I sold it. I can't remember. Is it a lie or sold it off something like that. So it's
Yeah.
very provocative. Like, ooh, what's happening, right? So she sold everything. So everything. Did she do another video about that? I didn't investigate. Did she do a video of selling her
I don't
clothes and
know if
jewelry and
she did.
cars
I believe she sold most of her stuff, some through a consignment company. I know, like, there was a consign, and there were some that were listed in the description box. Mainly her Chanel bags I saw on there that were on there. There could be more. I know she said she was selling her Birkin 35, which she had apparently only bought and owned for a couple of months. So,
right. So she sold everything.
but she
Okay.
was wearing her expensive jewelry in the video.
Not sold yet. Not sold yet. Going to be, because I mean that's very prominent, right? Everybody knows the love bracelet.
Yeah, Van Cleef. A lot of people recognize that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see. So, okay, so she didn't do a video on those things, but she announced that she definitely did go through sale of other things. Okay. Interesting.
Yes, something like 50 pairs of shoes, and but she had a lot of stuff. I mean, yeah, she even showed some of like the non-design jewelry. I think I saw some Ideal in the stacks too. Um, so anything, I don't know, does Ideal have logos on it?
No.
Okay, so I don't know if she's selling that. So, um, yeah.
So she didn't say she's going minimalist. She just said that she has done a purge on things that don't speak to her.
Yes, and don't suit to her true self, her true inner self and essence was the word.
And
Yeah, so
then
she
when it comes to luxury things that with that logo, she doesn't like them anymore.
no, because it's
Okay.
not true to her style and her essence.
Mm.
What? I'm just thinking, what is like a logo essence?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like what would you buy then? I mean, no, okay, like what would you buy? Let's say, so how would you buy things then? Because you don't want logo, so you buy. I mean, not how you buy things. Would you buy? So she'll still buy stuff. I'm saying she'll still buy stuff, but
Probably something that's not so prominent. So I mean, okay, the row does have logo, but I think it's very hidden from what I've seen. Like it's kind of like, yeah, you can't really see the logo on the row. So bags, maybe you might buy the row, Loro Piana. I don't know what you would buy for bags. Because even Totem has like that T on it.
yeah,
Or yeah, I don't know.
interesting. So like, how did you just start? Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if I don't know if I've got the gas to follow her transformation, but it'll be interesting to see, what kind of, how do you fully transform? Like now you're just saying, I don't buy anything that these luxury houses are selling to me. I'm gonna only buy things that speak my worth. Right, speak my worth. So
Yes, and true to my authentic self.
and to my authentic self, right? So if Chanel comes out with something that speaks to me, but because it's Chanel and has a logo, I'm not buying because you're selling something to me that I don't believe in. Okay, I get it. So yeah, what are you gonna buy? Like if you really want to buy something.
Maybe she'll go shop. I don't know, at like, those mid-range stores like a Club Monaco.
Right.
Those maybe, I don't know, because those don't have logos, and if they sell accessories, I guess you could buy from there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that you must buy
Or
expensive things for an
non-branded.
influencer. You just buy non-branded, but then I'm just seeing what's the thought process when you come and buy things, right? So is it a declaration that a lot of these brands you won't buy anymore?
Yeah, I guess so. As long as
Mhm.
they have logos on them or things that um she feels are status symbols, maybe?
Hmm.
Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think she would be able to buy?
I mean, she could suddenly be like like really minimalist, like you know those environmentalists. They're like, I am now an environment. I'm gonna save the world. I'm gonna cycle all over the world. I'm gonna walk everywhere. You know, I'm gonna make my own vegetables, and that kind of thing. So maybe she's doing a full transformation where, yeah, it's pure clean. You know, clean.
Actually, Joe said here she's going to launch her own line. Oh, she could be. Maybe she has a collaboration with someone who's going to design clothes for her.
Oh,
That's possible.
good one. Wow, Joe, this conspiracy. I didn't think of that. Yeah, it's like the environmentalist. I am gonna grow my own vegetables and eat my own food. You want some of it? It's my recipe in my garden.
Yeah, do you want some vegetables? Would you like some carrots?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it's like Victoria Beckham wears her own clothes and carries her own bags.
Hey, her stuff is branded too. It's got VVB on it.
True, but I mean, if I'm Victoria Beckham, I'm wearing my own stuff that I believe in. I believe in the
Ah, yes,
true.
yes.
You know what I mean? It's my
Yeah.
style, my clothing. It suits me. It goes with my lifestyle. I can carry this. What's the name again? A Niki Sky bag because you know it works for me. It's
Victoria Beckham carries a Birkin most of the time. So she's authentic to her own style. And her clothes are actually really nice. I do buy a lot of her clothes for the office. They're really nice. And you wouldn't know it's VVB unless you wore it. But that has no label. But she still carries a Birkin, which is okay.
Hmm. But yeah, that's a good point, Joe. Yeah, she could be coming up with her own brand. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Oh, there's another comment from Surya. She's going through her children at this point.
Oh, however, they do grow up and you don't know who you are because you give up so much. It happens to the best of us. Motherhood. Yeah, she's going through motherhood. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Because, you know, I mean, I cannot compare motherhood to poor parenthood, but it definitely takes a chunk out of your time, right? You,
Time, energy, money.
time, your money, you know, to a very small percentage. Your time, your money, your thoughts are all. The last thing you want to think about is your Birkin 35.
Yeah, you're just so
So
busy. And I understand that. That's a phase of life where something else is more important. Now, would I sell all my bags because of my children? No.
Clara,
I would make an awful parent.
you need to read the book.
I am reading the book, okay? I'm still not
I need
inspired
to
to
read the
sell my
book.
whole collection. I'm in like chapter 4. I'm not inspired to sell my whole collection yet.
I'm gonna download it from Kindle. The Radical Awakening. Okay, okay. Yeah. I mean, if I do a video like that, I think people will call me, "Are you okay? Are you
Yeah, I
okay?"
would be really concerned. I'd be like, Kat, are you okay?
But you know, I remember I think I told you guys, right, when I was going through that whole um move, remember? I said I had to sell my bags, and you guys were like, "What's happening?" I said, "Oh, because I'm moving." But yeah, if you go through a small little change, you do crazy things. You do things. You do things.
Yes.
Not to
Yes.
her extent of, you know, wiping out everything, but you do things.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm moving, but like I didn't sell everything. I made adjustments to my collection because yeah, to declutter, change in lifestyle, but to just yeah. Yeah, because I don't own those bags because I think they define me. They don't. They're fashion items. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So to her point, I think she was definitely speaking to her past self,
Yeah,
in
her
which I
inner
felt
self.
okay. It's great to share, but the video, you know, a little bit rubbed me the wrong way. Like things like your part of hurt, and then I felt it
Yeah.
was a bit projecting.
You've been lied to if
I've been
you buy the
lied to.
bag.
No, I mean I like it. I'm okay with the lie. Okay. Oops, what's this one? Sorry.
The bag is like, I didn't do anything to you.
Fine, it's okay.
It
I
was
get the
your decision to buy me.
I get the marketing. I like it. I like it. So Joe's like, we'll buy the bags off you. We'll keep it until you change your mind.
Like a pawn shop.
What if something tragic happened that requires a huge chunk of cash, but that's just a cover up online? We'll never know what happens behind the closed doors. True.
We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know. And if she really feels that by decluttering all her bags, she's like a better person overall because she's found her self-worth and her nirvana,
Yeah.
very happy for her. I
Very
haven't
happy.
reached nirvana yet.
Yeah. I mean, I've people in like maybe in their late 50s from work. They say that after a certain age, you sort of shift again, right? You things that you enjoyed in the past, not necessarily you bought because it was a self-worth thing, but you enjoyed in the past. They don't serve you anymore, and it's fine to let go. And it's a learning, right? It yeah, it's a learning journey, right? You
And it's a phase. It's like when I was a kid, there's certain toys I collect. I don't collect them anymore because I'm adult. And then when
Yeah,
I'm 60, like I'm getting older, I'm investing more in my health because that's deteriorating. So that's important to me. So that's okay.
correct. So what were you? I mean, was it a lie? I feel like which is why that rubs me in the wrong way, because it's just a learning that you had to go through, like to buy things and to enjoy them. But yeah,
Yeah, and if you feel like you've been lied to, that's fine. You learned and then you just move on. Yeah.
okay. So we're gonna end with two more comments. Okay. Surya saying that you can be a mother and have a curated collection. I would recommend shoulder bags. Also, the House of Elvis did not pull a gun to your head. Oh.
Yeah.
And then Joe, my money's on the launch. Okay, well, I mean, if any of you are continuing to follow Nikki Sky, let me know and let me know and or let us know in the luxury
Yeah,
live
let us
show.
know.
Yeah, let us know and we can chat about it and we can like let's take a look at her launch. let's let's look at her launch. Let's look at her the stuff that she are putting out. Is it a Victoria Beckham standard?
Yeah,
Venus.
but you need to make sure it's true to your aesthetic and that it's suitable to your lifestyle.
Absolutely. Don't buy it because it's a status symbol,
Or because it's classic and timeless.
and not that you will pass it down to your kids.
Exactly.
Better
And
not
don't
be any
buy it.
logos on it. There's no NS or NS.
Yeah, I mean, it's saying the same thing. Better be no logo.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining the cat chats again. I will see you next Wednesday. We'll see what we can talk about. Random things. Just make sure you follow me on my IG because it could be super random. Like today, I'm like, oh yeah, let's talk about it. Thanks,
Thanks
Clara,
for
for
the
joining me.
chat.
Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, we can definitely have more chats like that when she launches again.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.